All right, obviously, we are participants in another interesting time in American history where the oppressed continue to applaud their oppressors. And I want to take a couple of good looks at what's actually going on right before our very eyes that people continue to want to explain away. Donald Trump Jr. just posted this 5 or 6 hours ago. Says, "Make America Healthy Again starts tomorrow." Let me go to Donald Trump Jr.'s actual page. This is what he has pinned to the top of his X page. And I'll just go ahead and scroll over this to show you that this is actually the post from Donald Trump Jr. And what we have here is a picture featuring Mike Johnson, RFK Jr., Don Jr., Donald Trump, and Elon Musk all sitting down for a nice, healthy dinner of McDeaths. Eat fast, die young. And with the caption, "Make America Healthy Again starts tomorrow." A lot of people are obviously weighing in on this, but I don't see anybody who's on Team MAGA criticizing this because this deserves right criticism. You're a righteous person to criticize the hypocrisy here. It's already got 8.1 million views, 156,000 likes, 15,000 shares. And we're going to look at some of the comments under here because people are thinking, Bobby is trying to be a good sport, but really crying inside. No, he's not. It looks like he's sitting down to eat a meal of McDeaths. Please tell Robert Kennedy Jr. to put the tallow back in the fries. Ha ha ha. RFK Jr. not having it. What picture are people looking at here? Are they looking at the same picture we're looking at? They all have Coke and McDonald's on their plates like they're sitting down to eat it. If I was RFK Jr., I wouldn't want any part of this picture, and I definitely wouldn't be holding a quarter pounder with cheese. Unfreaking believable how much people are willing to go, the lengths people are willing to go to explain away the fact that MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, is just a complete joke. It's always been a joke. It's going to be a joke. Nobody in government is going to make America healthy again. That's not what government does. It's like the government promising we're going to reduce deaths this year. Wait, the death cult? The reigning champ death cults who are responsible for over 250 million. That's 250 million deaths in the last century alone. Excluding wars. The death cult is going to reduce deaths? That's not going to happen. That's like, if you have trust in that, then you probably would have trust in Jeffrey Dahmer thinking that he would be a great babysitter for your kids. Give me a freaking break. Wall Street Mav. I mean, all these people are very popular. They have very high view count accounts. Redhead Libertarian. This is fair. Wall Street Mav says, yes, ha ha ha. Tim Young. Did he actually eat it? America needs to know. Monday starts the new week. This is hilarious. Just people just completely thinking this is so funny. This is so funny. And what they're doing is dangling in their faces, we've got no plans to change America for the better. We are completely in the tank for Zio Israel, and we're not here to make America healthy again. That people don't see this is just crazy. I just wrote on my Twitter post, MAHA is a joke. It always has been a joke. They mock you to your face. Donald Trump Jr. pins it to his feed, pretending like he's trolling, and the voters eat it up literally. Are you not entertained? Crazy stuff here. We also have, apparently there was a new interview with Destiny. I'm going to play what he says, and we're going to make some comments on it.
Conservatives have been disgusting for years, which is why I don't give a fuck about anybody that winds up at any of these rallies and gets shot or whatever the fuck, okay? Because they had no problem making fun of Paul Pelosi. The entire world would be better off if these people were permanently removed from these platforms. Like, there is no downside and only upside to see people like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Tim Pool never be allowed to publicly broadcast their opinions ever again. It's exclusively bad stuff that happens.
Never be allowed to publish their opinions again. Okay, Destiny, I got a question for you. First of all, let's just talk about it. Misinformation is bad. It leads people in a bad direction, and it causes people who trust the person who put out the misinformation, it causes them to go down a bad road. I agree. Misinformation and disinformation is bad, but censorship is also bad. And besides that, who's going to institute the censorship? Who will be the arbiters of who's going to be allowed on the internet, have social media, have a presence, be able to express their opinions? Who's going to be able to valve that down? Who are the ones who are going to force other people into silence? Because Destiny, I don't think you're thinking this through. There's a lot of people who think about you what you think about Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. They think you need to be silenced. They think you need to be thrown off the platform, and they think your livelihood needs to be jeopardized. So who is it that gets to decide that Destiny can stay, but Candace Owens has to leave and she can never come back and she can never earn a living from expressing her opinions online? Who's going to do that? This is radical, tyrannical garbage. And it's unbelievable that anybody would agree with that, because all you have to do is just step back for a second and go, wait a second. What if one day somebody says that applies to me? What if somebody thinks my opinion is radical and they believe that I need to be thrown off of a social media platform, that I can no longer make a living? This is a dangerous mentality. This is a mentality that seeks to use the government, or whatever you want to use, Destiny, to force people into silence, to penalize people, to take away their livelihood. If that's violence, I don't know what is. That's why I call censorship violence, because you're forcing people who don't want to be silent into silence. And if you disagree with that, I really want to know. I really want to know. One last thing I want to deal with that I posted on my X page. And by the way, if you're not following me on X, my handle is High Impact Flicks. So it's at High Impact Flicks. But this guy right here, his name is Chad Vivas, and he put out this, I don't know, it's propaganda in my opinion, because he basically says, here, I'll quote him. I'll actually show you what he says, because it's at the 1346 mark. He's into all this, drawing these QAnon. He's got the big Q right here. He draws these QAnon paintings, which basically it's Trump worship. He's hailing Trump as, and he's got the hammer of Thor as though Trump is a god. So he's completely immersed and involved in this QAnon trust the plan garbage. And by the way, trust the plan is boiled down to trust that the good guys in government are going to weed out the bad guys in government and save the world from the New World Order. Listen to what Chad Vivas says here.
He's stopping the New World Order right now. And the biggest proof to me...
He's talking about Trump. Let me just back it up like 10 seconds.
Tell the
Look, you can see Q right here.
world why do you spend your life painting these topics?
Yeah, I mean, Trump stopped the New World Order. He's stopping the New World Order right now. And the biggest proof to me is seeing Warp Speed stop the FEMA camps. And the biggest proof to me is seeing Warp Speed stop the FEMA camps.
The biggest proof to Chad that Donald Trump is stopping the New World Order is by using the military operation called Warp Speed to stop the prison camps. That's the biggest proof to Chad that Donald Trump is on our side. You could literally use this same logic and apply it to Obama. For 8 years, FEMA camps were not populated by Americans under the Obama administration. So he saved us from the New World Order. You can literally use the exact same argument that Chad is using to apply to Trump. You can apply it to Obama. Not only can you apply what Chad just said to Obama, you can apply it to Biden. For 4 years, FEMA camps weren't filled with Americans under the Biden administration. So Biden is anti-New World Order. This is such childish thinking. And not only that, you have to deny a whole lot of things that Trump actually does to facilitate and push forward the New World Order agenda and scheme. Like $8.4 trillion of transgenerational debt slavery for the national debt, $6.2 trillion for the CARES Act. $4 trillion of that goes on to the national debt because it was a buffer that Trump and the Treasury Secretary and the Federal Reserve worked together to put on the CARES Act as a backstop. So basically, $12.4 trillion in 4 years is what Trump did, and Obama barely did $9 trillion in 8 years. Who was worse for the economy? Who was worse for the American people? How much money did Obama allow the Federal Reserve to steal from Americans under the $9 trillion national debt that he accrued? And how much money, time and labor, and that's what money equals. It's the product of your time and labor. So basically, Trump stole, just like Obama stole $9 trillion, Trump stole $12.4 trillion of the value of your time and laboring energies as Americans. And that's just one thing. We're not even counting red flag gun confiscation laws, bump stock bans. I like take the guns first, due process second, taking gobs of money from Miriam Adelson, civil asset forfeiture, continuing propping up the drug war and the prison industrial complex. There's so many. The list is so long on the activities and actions Trump has done to further the New World Order agenda. But this guy is basically saying Trump is saving us from the New World Order through Operation Warp Speed and the advent of the clot shot. Unbelievable, man. So I've been going back and forth with this guy. Originally, I had thought that he was probably a good faith actor, that he has his heart in the right place, but he's just deceived. But the more he talks, the more it becomes obvious to me that he's just another one of those people who are claiming that other people are in cognitive dissonance while he's cemented in his own cognitive dissonance. So if you want to take a look at that thread, it is on my High Impact Flicks channel. But what we have here is we have more of the filling of the swamp and more applause by the people who are oppressed, hailing and championing the cause of their oppressors. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. What do you think is going on here? Curious to hear your thoughts. If you want to support the channel further, the links are in the description. Grab a shirt, become a channel member, but more importantly, understand what your rights are, understand what freedoms are, understand what tyranny is, and be willing to stand in this dark day and expose all that tyranny and stand for freedom and truth. I'll see you in the next video.